Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG World 2019. Thank you so much for being here, I really appreciate it. And Naoto, thank you so much for the follow. Hello Lycan Rock and Tribune and Shroomish, thank you guys so much for being here. And as you guys can see, we are going to continue exploring a lot of the new team up decks. Some of them will probably be better than others. Hello Henry, thank you so much for being here. I am hoping this will be one of the top tier decks. This non-GX deck I think has a lot of potential. Zapdos is a really powerful card, especially when combined with Jirachi, and you can even combine it with Buzzwole as you can see here. So let me explain a little bit about the deck. We have Zapdos, 110 HP, its Thunderous Assault deals 10 damage, but if this Pokemon was on your bench and became your active Pokemon this turn, then this attack does 70 more damage. And Henry, thank you so much for resubscribing 9 months in a row. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. And hello Jedi, thanks so much for being here as well. And so as I was saying guys, Zapdos, its Thunderous Assault. If Zapdos was on the bench and became active this turn, you hit for 80 more damage. The damage is not affected by weakness. I was a bit confused before about that, but yeah, so you're not getting to attack with through weakness. It's a solid 80 damage. It can be increased, however, by the use of Electro Power, Shrine of Punishment, and Choice Bands. Now, pairing with Zapdos, we have Baby Buzzwole. As you guys very well know, Baby Buzzwole is a very powerful card. 130 HP and Ultra Beast. And then we have the attack Sledgehammer, which deals 30 damage, and if your opponent has exactly 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does 90 more damage, which is a very solid number. Next up we have Swing Around, dealing 80 damage plus 20 more for each edge we flip out of 2 coin flips that we get. Probably not going to be using Swing Around too much in this deck, but Sledgehammer is still a pretty nice attack. It's nice to have the typing as well of fighting, and we do have the Ansi Prism for that. We have an Orange Guru for support, but we also have 4 Jirachis. For the new team of Jirachi, is one of the most expensive holo rares in a while, I would say, and justifiably so. Its ability Stellar Wish. Once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You reveal a trainer card you find there and you put it into your hand. So you can grab supporters, item cards, tool cards, stadiums, anything you need off of Jirachi, which is really awesome to have. And then the attack slap for 30 is not a big deal, but the one Retreat Gust is really nice because Jirachi combines really well with skateboards, as the Retreat Gust is reduced by 1, and even if a Pokemon is asleep or paralyzed, it can retreat, so there's a lot of synergy there. Now we have Diancie to increase Buzzwole's damage output, and supporters wise we have 4 Lily, 4 Guzma, 2 Cynthia, 2 Ericas, and 1 Professor Kukui. I found Ericas to be a really good card, and the Shuriken Baby Nihil Lego is also something else that I considered. Gus, 3 months in a row, thank you so much for subscribing. Very kind of you, thank you so much. And I don't think your cheer went through, but thank you so much. You should try sending that again. Thank you so much, Chris, for resubscribing with Twitch Prime for the support. Thank you. So that's for supporters, and then there we go. Thank you so much for the 100 M&Ms. Very kind of you. And then we have 4 Nest Ball to search for the basic Pokemon that we might need. Ultra Ball to search for the Pokemon as well that we need. But we also get to thin our hand a little bit, which is always useful. We have the 3 escape boards as mentioned, and the 2 choice bands, and then we have 1 adventure bag, which kind of makes it as if we were playing 3 choice bands and 4 skateboards, but we get to save 1 space in the deck, which is really nice. And then we have 4 Electro Power and 4 Shrine of Punishment in order to increase the damage output of our Zapdos and make the high HP GXs a lot more manageable. Thank you so much, Jobro, for the congrats. I was very happy to make top 16. I almost made top 8. I was very close, but I hit some 2 bad matchups when I was surrounded by some really good ones, but it didn't end up panning out for me. We have a single energy Loto instead of a 10th energy, just to try and dig a little bit in case we need to find a rainbow or a Beast Energy, and then we have 2 Switch and 2 Escape Ropes. So extra ways to switch out Jirachi, maybe and use 2 Jirachi abilities every other turn, and also have Synergy with Zapdos' attack to make sure that we have the right Pokemon in the active and we get the extra power. Baby Nihilego sounds like a good idea in this potentially. Yeah, I ended up getting 9th place. Any 1 energy attackers that are non-GXs sound like a really good idea in this. But you would have to modify your damage output, I mean your energies, to play the unit energy, and then playing all special energies is a little bit scary, of course, but Baby Nihilego is also another option that you could contemplate. I did try it out. I found it to be very situational, or too situational rather, that I just ended up keeping the deck as it is, but Baby Nihilego could definitely be an option to consider. And so let's jump into a ladder and see how we can do with this deck. Yeah. And then as you can see, we have more decks lined up for today. We have Charizard, we have Gyarados, and then if we have time, I will go ahead and do Lost March with Pachirisu. Unless you guys really want to see Lost March with Pachirisu after this, which is a more competitive deck than the other 2 probably, so perhaps there's merit to that. And Dalton, thank you. I don't know if I missed a stipend yet or not. That's actually something that I need to wait until the Brazilian tournament gets uploaded. I need to wait until the... Oh wow, so immediately we see an Absol, which puts a big dent on our plans to free retreat Jirachi, of course. 1 Jirachi is prized, the Diancie is prized. And then the 2 Ericas are prized, which is not great. So that's 4 prizes, and then a Rainbow Energy is prized, and something else is prized that I'm not quite sure yet. So yeah, it's not 100% sure. The White Snake, thank you so much for the 5 bits, very kind of you. It's not 100% sure that I have whiffed the stipend. It's not looking great with only 203 championship points for me to get the stipend. It's definitely not looking great, but I'm still in the running. Like, I'm fighting for the last few spots. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So there's nothing else I can do really here. The good thing is, aside from the skateboards, I do have Switch and Escape Ropes and Kuzma, so there's a lot of ways for me to switch around. We are up against another Zapdos deck, so Absol probably... Okay, so Absol is a mirror card deck, I guess, which is cool. And thank you so much for resubscribing the White Snake, very, very kind of you. And thank you so much for the congrats as well, very, very kind. Okay, so I don't apply weakness, however, I can just Guzma KO his Zapdos, which I think is the right way to go about it. So I'm gonna Stellar Wish. I will... I was hoping for a Nest Ball here. I will go ahead and grab... Yeah, I guess the Escape Rope. No, I'll grab the Kukui. My hand is so big that the Kukui is probably... Like, the Kukui was like 1 card that I didn't have yet in my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and Guzma. And I'm gonna go ahead and Electro Power. I like the Absol as a tech to stop other Zapdos decks. So what I'm wondering is if I should just commit an energy to the Jirachi, right? Because then, like, I do have a few spare energy, I would say, and then that way I can just manually retreat if I want to hit the active. And then 80 plus the Electro Power, that's 110, that's a knockout on his Zapdos. We go ahead in the price trade-off in the non-GX's game, and I get an Erigas, which is not very useful right now because my hand is huge. Emolga, yeah, Emolga, Bob McDougall, not Pachirisu, so that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Are there any cops, Dalton? No cops left for me. Well, there might be. There actually might be a cop. There actually might be a cop. Okay, are we going to see a Guzma here? Yep. So we are in a lot of trouble here. We don't have another Pokemon to switch out from. That's why the Nest Ball was so important. Yikes. Okay, that Ultra Ball top deck is really, really nice actually. Well, the thing is I won't be able to knock out the Zapdos though without an Electro Power. So that is an issue. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away. The Guzma and the Kukui, I would say. Yeah, Guzma and Kukui. Switch Kukui. Oh, he has the rainbow. Yep. Switch Kukui was the right way to go about it. Ugh. Switch Kukui. I forgot. I did not pay attention to the rainbow damage. That would have been enough to get a KO. Yep. That would have been enough to get a KO. I will go ahead and grab the Zapdos. Right? Yeah. And I'm gonna Air Cast for 4. Yep. That was a big misplay on my part. I'm gonna go ahead and use Air Cast now. And I find an Electro Power, which is very fortunate, but that was definitely a misplay on my part. So I'll go ahead and bench the Jirachi. I will go ahead and Electro Power. And I will go ahead and switch, but this definitely was not very cost effective. I had the Kukui ready to go to get a knockout, so that was silly. And luckily I got the Electro Power, but I am running out of Electro Powers and my opponent isn't. So hopefully we won't require too many more Electro Powers for the next few turns. And hello Daniel, my weekend was pretty nice. I went to the special event in Mexico. I made 9th place. Not a bubble though, because my record was 5-2 and 5-1-1 was required to make top 8. So yeah, that's what went down this weekend. And Dalton, yeah, I know there are 3 special events next weekend in Paraguay, Costa Rica, and Peru. That is a very big amount of special events for sure. Okay, my opponent goes for an Electro Power, attaches to the Trubbish, and will play Lily. So losing the Guzma also means I won't be able to successfully target down that Trubbish that has energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have enough item cards that everything just goes down here. The Escape Rope does get me a knockout against anything that's not the Absol. So maybe that's what I should play first. It's gonna be hard to close out the match though. What deck did I lose to? I lost to Malamar and I lost to Lost March playing Cardi. I got 10th before the DQ, I got 9th after the DQ. Okay, so my opponent does indeed promote the Absol. Yeah, I feel like I should just try and get a KO off of this. Like if I get a Kuzma here, I'll just target down the Trubbish. I do not get a Kuzma. I do find an escape board, however. So I'm going to use another Electro Power here to get a knockout, which is not terrible, really, because I can use Baby Buzz to get a KO. I can use Baby Buzz to get a KO on the upcoming Garbiter. And okay, so I'll definitely go ahead and set up a Baby Buzz, and then my other Pokemon I think is going to be either a second Jirachi or the Oranguru. I'm gonna go with a second Jirachi. So I do have a Switch Escape Rope and 2 Guzmas left. And I'm really gonna have to dig, right? So I'll go ahead and retreat. I don't mind an extra item card really. So I'd rather lose the choice band from play. Garbage is just gonna run me over here, and I'm down to 3 cards. I mean 3 prizes. My next prize will be taken by Baby Buzzwole. I actually probably should have kept the nest ball in my hand in case I need to search for the other Baby Buzz. So maybe another mistake here. And yeah, I don't want to spread gossip. I'd rather not talk about the DQ. I wasn't even there when it happened, so I can't know for certain. Yeah. But yes, there was someone who got DQ'd in top 4, and so everyone got moved up a spot. What do you think of the new team up Aerodactyl? Not a big fan, because you can't nest ball for me for the fossil stuff. So it's like unnecessarily hard to set up, and against non-GX decks it's a pretty mediocre attack, so that's what I don't like about it. Who got it? It was Ether. Oh yeah, there's the Kuzma. Yep, so big mistake. Big mistake benching that Buzzwole. Now I'm gonna have to find an Ultra Ball, or just draw into the Buzzwole naturally. Yeah, big mistake there. Big mistake. Big mistake by myself. I should have just kept the other nest ball. I should have just kept the other nest ball. Okay, so let's go ahead and Stellar Wish number 1. I mean, the Guzma is nice, but then I'm gonna miss out on the turn, right? On the clutch turn. So I'm not gonna give up hope yet. I retreat into the other Jirachi, and I will Stellar Wish, and I will grab the Electro Power. Oh, Electro Power gets me a knockout because of the rainbow. I have to keep remembering that sort of thing. So that's probably better, right? I should just go for the Electro Power knockout on the Garb, which is the actual threat. And then, all I need to find is my 2 Guzmas, or even Escape Rope could end up being useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and bench the other Jirachi. No Buzzwole for me. There's a Buzzwole, but it's fine. My opponent now needs to find Rainbow and Garb. And Thunderous Assault for the KO, so looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice. Okay, so now there's the unit energy instead, right? There's the unit energy instead. Absol goes back into the deck, that's fine. I have a Guzma to get my second to last prize, and then all I need to do is find my last Guzma, which out of 16 cards is not looking terribly difficult. And no Absol bench, that means my escape board is working pretty okay here, so I'm gonna promote a non-escape boarded Jirachi because my plan is 100% to Guzma. There's my second Guzma, in fact. So, okay. Let's Stellar Wish number 1. Let's grab the Ultra Ball to thin. I would discard the Rainbow and the Zapdos. No, I think I'm just gonna keep the Escape Rope. Yep. Yeah, the Buzzwole plus Strong could be good if my opponent ends up benching a Nabzol and for whatever reason something happens to my Zapdoses. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and Guzma, promote this guy. And then Stellar Wish. I guess I'll grab the Shrine because I can discard that with the Ultra Ball. So my discards for the Ultra Ball will be Shrine and the other Zapdos. There's a victory. My opponent knows I'm gonna get a knockout here, and then I'm 1 Guzma away or an Escape Rope away. If he benches the Absol, I could have used that as well. If I got Diancie out as well, I could have taken a knockout with Baby Buzz and the Beast Energy on that Jirachi too. So pretty nice, right? Pretty nice Jirachi Zapdos deck here. So yeah, moving on to our next game. We'll see how it goes. opponent is going first, which is fine because that sometimes means you can get a KO. We're up against Freddy K. We are up against Freddy K and definitely starting Jirachi. And I don't think I'm benching either of those two guys because the bench can be crucial here. Ooh, Shuckle. Yikes. Shuckle, Shuckle, Shuckle. So immediately we are in a lot of trouble. And I have a feeling this is going to be a Regigigas style deck. Which is definitely one of the decks that this deck would have a lot of issues with. Because they don't take prizes, so you'll never have Sledgehammer. There's the Regigigas. Even with Sledgehammer and Diancie, I don't get a knockout on the Regigigas. So I'll go ahead and grab a Zapdos. And so what I need right here is to find shrines. I think I want to bench these two. I need to find shrines to get damage on that Shuckle ASAP. And I need to find a lot of my energy, which is not going to be a simple task at all. So there's a shrine, we go to sleep, that is okay. And then we will pass. We do wake up. I might just end up scooping this one, yeah. What do you think of Mime in this deck? Yeah, Mr. Mime is another tech card that you should probably consider for this. It is stopped by Alolan Mach, but both Mr. Mime and Nihilego could be important pieces. Nihilego to help you close out a game and use an unexpected attack, and Mr. Mime to prevent Acerola from working effectively. So I believe, I mean, unless Shrine does a world of damage, yeah, unless Shrine does a world of damage, I don't think we have any sort of chance here, because then he's just gonna Acerola. I think I'm just gonna concede this one. There's no way to beat this sort of deck. With Zapdos at least. Yeah, between Shuckle, healing, max potions, counter stadiums, Lusamines, Plumerias, there was no way. And our low item count as well. Del Special Event, no estuvo pesado. Hubo mucha competencia muy pesada, si a eso te refieres. Ok. Pero estuvo muy bueno el evento. R1, el Garde no GX, no lo probé y no me encanta. Play your own luck. To stop their Ditto. Okay, so I mean, I do have an escape rope in my hand which I can use to retreat, and I do have a lot of ways to switch, so I don't mind this, but starting with Zapdos on the bench is definitely the right call. Team by Pokemon, no worries. Yeah, difficult matchup for sure. Not a big deal. Okay, we're up against Zork now, which is nice. I feel like this should be a good matchup, or it could potentially show why we need to consider Mr. Mime here. Okay, so I get double mulligan, which is nice. I'm not gonna bench the Zapdos just yet. I guess I shouldn't have even benched this Zapdos. Okay, let's go ahead and Energy Lodo here. Definitely grabbing the Lightning. And then, I feel like I should just Lily here, because I already have the Escape Rope to make sure I get a prize card. I will go ahead and find myself a Jirachi. And then, I mean, I could Escape Rope here to mess with his Beacon and also get a Stellar Wish going. Or at least have him for, like, it would cost him an energy to use Beacon, which would not be very good for him. So I like the idea of using the escape rope already, and immediately rather. I will grab the adventure bag. That's like grabbing 3 cards off of Stellar Wish, which is pretty broken. Yeah, because you get to grab one of each of these. I will keep one of the choice bands in my hand, but I will go ahead and attach the escape board here, and then I will go ahead and pass. So we're very likely going to get a knockout here. Hello Mark, how are you doing? Okay. So we're gonna see a Kukui, so not the greatest start for my opponent. Zork Ninetales deck apparently. Not sure, maybe he's using, well I did see unit energies, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if we had saved the escape rope for now, he would have been able to get an attachment down on perhaps the bench Bullpigs, and then the escape rope would not have made a single difference, right? Because he just brings the other Bullpigs up. Or maybe he brings up a Zorua, because he doesn't want to lose the energy, but he loses, either he lost the energy attachment or a Zorua. Hope that Zapdos isn't messing with your hairstyle. Okay, so we don't know if my opponent is playing Enhanced Hammer or not, so I'm not gonna play the Beast Energy here. Definitely gonna lead with the Stellar Wish and grab a Shrine, right? Or a switch. No, I'll grab the Shrine. And then, honestly, my hand is so good, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and retreat. Or should I? Or should I just, like, keep thinning here? I could just choice band the Zapdos. Maybe it's better to take a knockout with a non-choice banded Zapdos. That seems solid. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and Cynthia. I lose the Beast Energy, which is not easy to find, of course, but we're trying to thin the deck a little bit more and just see more options. The Erikas here is very nice, for sure. The Erikas is very nice. We find a switch over the prices, which is also useful. Maybe choice band should have gone to the Buzzwole, in fact. Choice band Kukui, Shrine, Diancie is a one-hit KO on a Zork, right? I believe so. I believe so. Okay, so double Zork coming up. One basic Pokemon away from knockout. You have to assume he's going to get it. If I had attached that choice band to the Buzzwole, I would have knockout on this Zork. Because right now I'm dealing 140 times, 70 times 2, 140. So not quite enough. So perhaps I might just let the Shrine damage accumulate. And perhaps try and escape rope once again, or maybe Guzma. Maybe I should have just kept my previous hand. Attaching the choice band. And I do have a choice band left as well, which I could just end up finding here, but it's not gonna be easy to do. Shrine damage to each of these guys, which is great. So the Diancie plus Kukui, so either Beast Energy or, a healthy amount of Electro Powers. I'm hitting 110 right now, 140. 2 more Electro Powers would be knockout, right? Okay, so let's start with a Stellar Wish. And there's another Electro Power. So is my play going to be to try and find triple Electro Power? I feel like it is going to be that. Oh no, double Electro Power. Okay, so it's 180, 110, 140, 170, 190 plus Shrine. Okay, I have Knockout, in fact. I have Knockout, interestingly enough. Thanks to a Kukui, right? I will hit for 190 plus the Shrine damage. That will be enough to get a Knockout here. So let's do it properly. 1 Electro Power, 2 Electro Power. And then after my opponent takes a Revenge KO, he will end up activating my Sledgehammer. Or if he tries to goose my KO Buzzwole, that is completely fine by me because he also needs to find a stadium. I'm not going to commit the Rainbow Energy because it's the only one I have, so I think I just go for the Thunderous Assault here. 190 plus the Shrine, that's exactly 200. Very nice, very, very nice. Everyone needs a big turn of KO Zapdos plus Marshadow? Should have benched the Diancie, I think. That would have been a good call. And real games, after a PTCGO match, is there a way to see your opponent's deck list? There is. I'm pretty sure everyone or almost everyone has it disabled. But I'm pretty sure there is a way for you to perhaps see your opponent's deck list. But it depends on if they have that disabled. Like by default, it's enabled, so it's up to you to disable that. Okay, so Double Tails. Double Tails. The bench Zorg might indicate a potential Kuzma play by my opponent. That energy commitment definitely indicates a Kuzma play by my opponent. He might just go after Jirachi, honestly. Trying to reduce the amount of cards and things I can see during my next turn by 1, which is not that big a deal. Right? Not that big a deal. There's a Kuzma. And yep, he immediately goes after the Jirachi. Interestingly enough, attacking the Buzzwole for 120 damage, which doesn't seem like that was possible even for him. Attacking the Buzzwole for 120 damage would have made it so I can't attach a Rainbow Energy to it. It would have forced me to find a it would have forced me to find a the Beast Energy, and only the Beast Energy would have worked. So I can't Air Gas. I should have promoted something and then switched. It's fine. I'll get 2 prizes here. I am down to 1 prize card now. I have double Kuzma in my hand. I also have 4 total Kuzma left in my deck. Shrine is accumulating still. So there's very little way for us to not win this game, I would say. Okay, finally there's a stadium, just a tiny bit too late. If my opponent had KO'd the Buzzwole, that still would have been fine. We would have just ultra-rolled for the other Buzzwole, so not a big deal, unless it was priced, but I don't think it was. So yeah, things are looking good. And then my opponent says a well played, we'll send a well played back, and doesn't even manage to get a prize here, so we'll just Sledgehammer for the knockout and GG to my opponent. So yeah, the deck is pretty solid. Not gonna lie, the deck is pretty solid. It probably auto-loses to Mill. Oranguru doesn't feel very good. I wouldn't be opposed to taking out the Oranguru for Mr. Mime, or taking out the Oranguru and something else for the Nihilego on Mr. Mime, and then switching the energy to 4 units. I honestly would not be opposed to that. It could be a decent idea. But for now, that will be all for Zapdos Jirachi, guys. So if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're live with me on Twitch, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I will be right back in just a second. And I want you guys to let me know in chat if you want to see either Lost March with the Emolga engine, or if you'd like to see Charizard deck, or if you'd like to see a Gyarados deck. Completely up to you guys. Let me know in chat. I will be right back in just a